is going to be a stressful week. Because on Friday I'm going to give my defense. Before that I must have handed in my thesis. And I still need to write my discussion and polish up everything else that I have written so far, which is kind of a mess and not really publishable. And then of course I also need to include the references and write the abstract and everything around it and like make it look not bad, even though I don't really have a lot of time for that. And then I will have to print it and let it bind, if that's the word, until Wednesday. So that's only 3 days until everything has to be done. At the same time, of course, I also have to prepare for my defense. It's a lot of things to do.
I got 99 problems, can't remember one. On top of the world, underneath the sun. No clouds, no cares in the summertime. Put your glass up and baby feel nice. Yeah, it's time we live. We've been working all week, so it's fine we can. Just a little bit of time feeling something. Put your glass up if you live it and you love it, yeah, feel the vibe. See, I've been taking where the wind blows, looking out.
Quick update before I go to bed. I still need to write the abstract and acknowledgements, and I need to exchange one graph and make the graph tiles a little prettier. Yeah, my main concern is now that I will get the defense presentation right, so that I don't stumble tomorrow and have blackouts and all that weird stuff. I mean on Friday. Yeah, I still got a whole day almost. Pretty relieved that I could do so much in the last 2 days.
And I'm staring at Nintendo because the world is a beautiful place, and I'm just trying to bring a smile on that beautiful face. So take a break from that cubicle space. You trying to sprint a marathon and you losing the race. Baby, slow down.
I just had to go outside to start the day, sort of, because I'm not super awake, but I really love it when it's so quiet. Continuing my week planning. So on Friday in the morning at 8 or so, I have to hand in my thesis and at the same time the registration form for my defense, so that I am allowed to give my defense on the same day at 9:15, and then afterwards, after the defense, I have time to relax on my way to Berlin, because I will visit one friend of mine, Patrick, and because he moved there just a few months ago for work, and now I will visit him for the last time and visit Berlin because I've never been there. That will be over the weekend until Monday next week. Then I've only got 3 days left to prepare for anything and do anything else. And then on August the 4th, on a Friday, I will eventually fly to the US. Two pages down, which means still 1 to 3 more to go. I changed my plans. I won't be finishing the master thesis. I'm just sick of it. No, just kidding. It's 8 p.m. now and I'm just taking a break, because breaks are very important to keep up your productivity. Everybody knows that. And I changed my mind that I won't finish the discussion today. It's only going to be about a page or so left. And instead I already did a little bit of the review of the introduction that I wrote weeks ago. And maybe I will do some polishing of the graphs, and I will start preparing the defense talk. Because I just need to switch up the things that I'm thinking about, and writing is
Yes, it can be quite taxing.
On the other hand, I have written about 2.5 pages or so today, which is a lot for me. And it was so much fun actually, because once you know what you are going to talk about or write about, it is pretty easy to just, put your thoughts down and formulate them. And it is, it's kind of like you were having a monologue, like I'm having right now, with the reader. It's like you were talking about yourself or your one of your hobbies. It's kind of fun. But the hard part is to just start it. That's why it took me quite a long time yesterday to put down the first paragraph, and it's always the hardest, of course, because you don't know what's going to be a good strategy to structure that discussion or the whole paper or thesis. And so talking again and again with my supervisor and other people in my lab about my my results and the kind of story I want to tell with them was very helpful for that. And even though I still have quite a bit to do, I feel like the most part is already done, and I just have to do some minor things that I can easily do tomorrow, even though I know that things will get in my way. And maybe I hope that I won't have to pull an all-nighter from Wednesday to Thursday, but who knows.
Never losing what you meant to me. This night is perfect, so just let it be, let it be. The choice is yours and the night is ours.
Quick update before I go to bed. I still need to write the abstract and acknowledgements, and I need to exchange one graph and make the graph tiles a little prettier. My main concern is now that I will get the defense presentation right, so that I don't stumble tomorrow and have blackouts and all that weird stuff. On Friday. I still got a whole day almost. Pretty relieved that I could do so much in the last 2 days.
We can sit here all night with the music up loud, or we can listen to the vibes.
Thursday, the day of finishing my thesis. I still have 6 hours to go until I have to go to the binder. Four and a half hours left, and I have embellished all the graphs and acknowledgements, and also a bit for how I did the statistics, and I don't really know how I should do that, but yeah. And then I'm done. 2 hours to go, and I still need to write my abstract. But at least the rain has stopped. Look at that. That's the work of a woodpecker.
But these ants are certainly enjoying this.
And this apparently is its anvil. And that's a Latodia? A German cockroach. They are usually very shy. These are not the usual cockroaches that you might find in your kitchen or somewhere else. They are much bigger, and these are the ones that are naturally occurring in the woods and meadows, maybe, of nature. T-minus 1 hour and I'm done. I think. I hope. Celebration! Now I'll go right to the presentation. In 10 minutes I have to be at the coffee shop, because in 1 hour they will be closing and the binding takes presumably an hour. So it's gonna be tight, but I can't do anything. It's the beginning of the holiday season in Bavaria, so that's the traffic. Ta-da! It's done. Finally. I mean, not finally, but just in time. I just don't like to waste any days. I didn't let the thesis be reviewed by anybody else, and
so I'm sure that there are a lot of mistakes and maybe also crucial mistakes that I just didn't see, and thus I don't think that I will get the best grade, the 1.0 on that, but I mean, I don't really care anymore at this point. I'm just glad that I'm almost done and that I can move forward.
Great life, love will always make time. Either way, I got.
Good morning. 1 hour until I start my defense, and buses were striking in the city today. That's why I'm extra happy that I got to take the car from my parents. On the way up, I took a poor guy with me who was waiting for the bus, who never came. And yeah, every day a good action. So now I'm gonna hand in this to the office and my thesis, and then I'm gonna rehearse for the first time my talk, and then I'm off to Berlin. I would like to begin with the overarching question of this topic that I dealt with, and that is, how do groups of animals decide? So, what are my results? These are the main results, and you can nicely see that. Yeah, but that is actually all that I got. So, I would like to thank Flavio first and foremost for his excellent supervision. Oh my god, how bad was that? It was probably the worst presentation that I have given in the last 6 years. And yeah, because I couldn't rehearse at all, and yeah, it was just bad. I was like stumbling and not knowing what to say, and it was over in 20 minutes instead of 30. I already presented the material that I had for after my presentation, so for the discussion and the supplementary material and stuff, and I still got in only like 20-25 minutes instead of 30. And then the discussion was also only about 15 minutes long. And I knew that people can't follow me exactly, but I also didn't know how to do it better. And yeah, it was kind of spontaneous. I couldn't really step out of that. I was so focused on what I have to say and where I want to go. You know, the curse of knowledge was again laying on me. But I, in general, got a really bad feeling because I know that my thesis is bad and my presentation was bad, and also the office that has to, I don't know how it's called, Prüfungsamt, does not accept my thesis in this form because I told them too late that I would start my thesis, and then they can say, you know, it's fraud or something like that. Anyway, this is going to be settled until end of September, I think, or early September, and then I will have a master's or not. Bureaucracy. But of course I'm also relieved that I can finally move on and focus on the next things that are ahead. The first thing is, of course, Berlin, and the second thing is going to Arizona. Crazy times.
Either way, I got 99 problems. Can't remember one. On top of the world.
Welcome to Berlin! Okay, so I am in Berlin, but now my friend actually lives in Potsdam, which is a little sister city to Berlin, and so I'm gonna meet him there at his place. So I'm gonna take this train.
Underneath the sun, no clouds, no cares in the summertime. Put your glass up and baby feel the vibes. Yeah, it's time we live. We've been working all week, so it's fine we kill. Just a little bit of time, feeling something. Put your glass up if you live it and you love it. Yeah, feel the vibe. The way she moving them hips, even when it's dark. Yeah, you know we keeping it lit. Let's have a kickback, chilling poolside, or we can hit the beach. Yeah, just keep it cool, ride out with the windows down, so we can sing real loud. We can have a block party or can bring no crowd.
So what you're seeing here behind us, or me, is part of the gardens or park of the castle of Sanssouci, or palace Sanssouci, which is basically a 5-minute bus ride from his home.
But tonight I'm feeling like it's more the merrier. If life's a beach, then and my problems get buried, cause there's not a single care up in the world that could kill this vibe. Love is all I got, but somehow I'm still sublime, yeah.
And this is the beginning of us exploring the city of Potsdam.
Take a chance with me, come and dance with me. You draw me in, you work apart, and you're a masterpiece. And you know, you can come and party. As single as I mean, I'm looking for somebody. Yeah.
So the park of Sanssouci is a pretty huge park with a lot of pretty buildings that you can see and could see. And the whole city of Potsdam, and maybe also Berlin, is just riddled with palaces and castles and other stuff. So it's a pretty city. Even though these look like Roman ruins that are actually buildings set up by people from the 19th century, and they're supposed to be ruins, so they were just built like that.
Up loud, we can listen to the vibes here and celebrate life. Love will always take time. I got 99 problems, can't remember one. On top of the world, underneath the sun. No clouds, no cares in the summertime. Put your glass up, baby, feel alive. Yeah, it's time we live. We've been working all week, so it's fine we kill. Just a little bit of time, feeling something. Put your glass up, baby, living and you love it, yeah, I feel the vibes.
That wraps it up. That wraps it up for today.
Stay tuned for tomorrow.
Stay tuned for tomorrow's visit of Berlin.